Hi guys, I'm hoping that this video helps you to understand foot and rhythm and meter in poetry a bit better. Alright, I found a really great website and I'm going to kind of use it to help me teach this to you. Alright, poets usually, when they are writing in a rhyming metrical poem, they usually count in feet instead of syllables. Well, you guys all know what a syllable is. Remember, when you were in grammar school, you put your hand under your chin and you counted syllables for a word, like lake, 1 syllable, sister, 2 syllables. Okay, you know what syllables are. Well, poets use feet to count. What is a foot? Well, a foot is a group of syllables, and the grouping usually contains only 1 stressed syllable. That is what a foot is. Now remember, in class last week we talked about 4 different kind. I'm going to focus on only 1. And this week while you write, you're going to focus on only this one. Okay? If we move into the other 4, the other 3, it'll be later. But right now, let's just talk about the I am. I am the I am. I am an iambic foot. Sorry about the glare. Let's see, how's that? The iambic foot is the most common poetic foot in the English language. An iambic foot has 2 syllables, 2, where the first syllable is unstressed and the second syllable is stressed. For example, today. When you say that word, today, you hear that it's iambic because the stress falls on the second syllable, day. You don't say today, you say today. That's how it's coming up, today, right? That is iambic. When a poem is written using iambs, it is called iambic. For example, the following line right here. Today I had a rotten day. Notice unstressed first. Today and then stressed. Unstressed, stressed, unstressed, stressed. Today I had a rotten day. Here's an easy way to remember that this kind of poem is called an iamb. Okay, just say the words I am over and over and over again. See? I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. The stress falls on the same syllable as an iambic poem, the second syllable. I am. When writing your poem, it's a good practice to choose the same rhythm, to choose one rhythm and stick with it, one rhythm pattern and stick with it until you really get good with it. Same thing with line length. It's a good idea to write a poem with specific line length and practice it until you get good at it. Now, with an iamb, your line lengths can be long as or as short as you want them to be. It can be just two iambs per line. It would sound like this: a candy bar, a piece of cake, a lollipop, a chocolate shake. A candy bar, a piece of cake, a lollipop, a chocolate cake, shake cake, whatever. Okay? All right. Now, a quick word on line length. Remember, we talked about iambic triameters last week and iambic pentameters. We actually covered this a little bit in class already, but a line length with just 1 iamb, like today, would be a monometer. an iamb with two iambs, like I am today. I am today. That would be a dimeter. Trimeter, 3 of those. 4 of them would be a tetrameter. 5 would be a pentameter. Pentameter? Pentameters. This says phonetically it's pentameters. 6 would be a hexameter. 7 would be a septimeter. All right, that's line length. One of the most common rhymes in the English language poetry is called common measure. Remember, we talked about this week 2 when we talked about Emily Dickinson, and we talked about how some hymns are in common measure. Remember, I sang her poems to Amazing Grace, and then we also talked about the Yellow Rose of Texas. It's written in common measure. A lot of songs are. I even sang the poem to that little tune as well. I mentioned that a lot of, I think Dr. Seuss is in common measure, as well as different children's rhymes are in common measure. Poems written in common measure have 4-line stanzas with alternate lines of, there will be 4 iambic feet and then a line with 3 iambic feet. And it rhymes on every other line. Here's an example. My puppy punched me in the eye. My rabbit whacked my ear. My ferret gave a frightful cry, and roundhouse kicked my rear. Okay, kind of a silly one, but that's the whole point, right? Okay, notice we have 4 in the first line, 4 stresses, 1, 2, 3, 4. My puppy punched me in the eye. Then we have 3. My rabbit whacked my ear. Then we have 4. My ferret gave a frightful cry. Then, and roundhouse kicked my rear. That's 3. Okay, 4, 3, 4, 3. Now, notice the rhyme scheme of this common meter. This first line rhymes with the 3rd line. The 2nd line rhymes with the 4th line. So it's A, B, A, B rhyme scheme. I'll write that down. A, B, A, B. There's your rhyme scheme. This is common meter. So the assignment this week is not going to be an iambic pentameter. I want you to write an iambic poem in common meter, like this. Common meter being 4 iambic syllables in the first line, 3 iambic syllables in the 2nd line, 4 iambic syllables, and then 3 iambic syllables, with the rhyme scheme of A, B, A, B. Write at least 1 set like this, okay? At least 1 stanza. That would be 4 lines. For extra credit, write 2 or 3, because actually these are going to be kind of fun. You get that da 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 da. You get that kind of thing going on, and you're going to find that your creative juices just really kick in, and you're going to have fun with it, I think. So minimum 1 4-stanza iambic poem. Maximum as many as you want. Just keep going. This is fun. Thanks.